In Shirdi, there lived a very special person named Sai Baba. He was not a king or a rich merchant, but people from all over came to see him. They believed he was a saint, a man of God. His home was a simple old mosque which he called Dwarakamai. He lived a very simple life. He owned almost nothing, just a few clothes and a begging bowl. Yet, he was the richest person in spirit. He taught everyone about love, kindness, and faith. People brought him many gifts. Some offered expensive shawls, and others brought sweets and flowers. But Baba saw the love in their hearts, not the price of their gifts. He accepted everything with the same gentle smile. Baba taught that the smallest offering given with pure love was more valuable than a mountain of gold given with pride. He often shared a beautiful story about this. Sometimes, a poor woman would bring him a simple chapati, a piece of flat bread. She would have made it with her own hands, saving a little flour from her family's meal. Baba would accept this chapati with so much joy. He would eat it slowly, as if it were the most delicious food in the world. He wanted to show everyone that God looks at the devotion behind the gift. It is the feeling of love and sacrifice that matters, not how rich or poor you are. He treated everyone equally. A wealthy man in fine silks stood next to a poor farmer in torn clothes, and Baba saw them both with the same loving eyes. He knew that pride could come with wealth, and humility often walked with poverty. He wanted people to understand this simple truth. If you offered something to show off your wealth, it had no real value in the eyes of God. But if you gave even a single flower with a heart full of love and sincerity, that small act was a beautiful prayer. It was a lesson in humility that he taught every single day, not with long lectures, but with his simple, loving actions. This was Baba's way. He did not ask for grand gestures. He looked for the purity in a person's soul. He knew that true wealth was not in the coins you kept, but in the love you gave away. His life was a lesson book, open for all to read. Each page taught a simple but profound truth about how to live a good and meaningful life. He showed that you don't need to be powerful or wealthy to find God. You just need a heart that is clean, a mind that is humble, and a spirit that is ready to love and serve others without expecting anything in return. One day, a very rich man came to visit Sai Baba in Shirdi. This man had everything he could possibly want in life. He had a large house, many servants, and chests full of gold and jewels. He had enjoyed all the pleasures that money could buy. But deep inside, he felt an emptiness. He realized that all his wealth had not brought him true peace or lasting happiness. He heard stories about the great wisdom of Sai Baba. People said that Baba could grant the ultimate knowledge, the knowledge of the self, known as Brahma Jnana. This knowledge was said to bring eternal bliss and freedom from all worries. The rich man traveled to Shirdi with great hope. He went to the Dwarakamai mosque and saw Baba sitting peacefully among his devotees. The man bowed respectfully and sat near Baba's feet. With his hands joined, he said, "Oh Baba, I have heard that you give Brahma Jnana to your devotees in an instant. I have come a long way to receive this great knowledge from you. Please bless me with it. I have enjoyed all worldly pleasures, and now I desire nothing but this spiritual wisdom. I am tired of the material world and wish to find the true purpose of my life." He spoke with great earnestness, truly believing he was ready for this profound teaching. Sai Baba listened to him patiently, a gentle and knowing smile playing on his lips. He looked at the rich man with his kind, penetrating eyes. Baba could see everything. He saw the man's genuine desire for knowledge, but he also saw the deep attachment the man still had to his wealth. He knew that the man's heart was like a vessel that was already full. To pour in the nectar of spiritual wisdom, the vessel first needed to be emptied of greed and attachment. True knowledge cannot be bought or demanded. It must be earned through sincerity, sacrifice, and detachment from worldly things. Baba knew that a simple lecture would not be enough to teach this man the real meaning of readiness. An experience was needed, a small test that would reveal the man's own mind to himself. So, Baba did not immediately start a spiritual discourse. Instead, he decided to teach the man a practical lesson. He wanted to show him, not just tell him, what was holding him back from his goal. This was Baba's unique way of teaching. He used everyday situations and simple interactions to reveal the deepest spiritual truths, making them easy for everyone to understand and follow. Sai Baba looked around and saw a young boy standing nearby. He called the boy over and then turned to the rich man. "My dear friend," Baba said kindly, "I need you to do something for me. I need to send some money to a man named Nandu Marwari. Will you please go to his shop and give him 5 rupees for me? But I need this money urgently, so I must borrow it from someone. Could you please lend me 5 rupees? The rich man was surprised. He had come seeking the highest knowledge, and here was the saint asking for a small loan. He thought it was a very simple request. The rich man reached into his pocket. His pocket was not empty. It was full of currency notes, worth hundreds of rupees. He could have easily given 5 rupees or even 50 without a second thought. But at that moment, a wave of hesitation washed over him. He thought, why is Baba asking me for money? He is a great saint. Does he really need it? He clutched the money in his pocket. He wanted the highest spiritual treasure, Brahma, which is priceless. But he was unwilling to part with just 5 rupees. He stood there, silent and conflicted, unable to make a decision. He made an excuse. Baba, he said, I don't have any change with me right now. I have only currency notes. He then turned to one of his friends who had come with him and asked him to fetch the change. He did not want to give the money himself. He was looking for a way out of this simple request. He wanted to receive everything from Baba, but he was not ready to give anything, not even a tiny amount. His attachment to his money was so strong that it clouded his mind and prevented him from performing a simple act of charity for the very teacher he revered. Baba watched this whole drama with a calm and compassionate expression. He was not angry or disappointed. He simply wanted the man to see his own reflection. The man's reluctance to give 5 rupees showed that his heart was not yet pure. It was still chained by the love of money. How could someone who clung so tightly to a few coins be ready to receive the infinite treasure of God's knowledge? Baba's test was not about the money. It was about the man's attachment, his greed, and his readiness to let go. The man had failed this simple, practical test of detachment. After the rich man failed to give the 5 rupees, Sai Baba turned to him and spoke with great love. His words were not harsh, but they were full of profound wisdom. My friend, he said, you came to me asking for Brahma and Jnana, but to receive that knowledge, you must first give up 5 things. Baba then explained what these 5 things were. They were not physical objects, but 5 aspects of human nature. The first was the 5 senses: sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch, and the desires they create. The second was the 5 vital energies that keep the body alive. The third was the mind. The fourth was the intellect, and the fifth was the ego, the feeling of I and mine. Baba explained that true spiritual knowledge requires complete surrender. One must offer these 5 things at the feet of the Guru, the spiritual teacher. This means giving up one's attachment to worldly pleasures, controlling the mind's constant chatter, and letting go of the pride and ego that make us feel separate from others and from God. He told the man, you could not even bring yourself to give me 5 rupees. Your attachment to that small amount is so great. How then can you surrender your mind, your senses, and your very self to God? Brahma Jnana is not for a person whose heart is filled with greed. The path to self-realization, Baba taught, is paved with qualities like purity, self-control, non-attachment, and unwavering faith in the teacher. It is a journey of unlearning our selfish habits and learning to live with an open, giving heart. Wealth itself is not the problem. The attachment to it is. A person can be rich and still be detached, and a person can be poor and still be greedy. The real work is internal. It is about cleaning the heart of all impurities so that the light of truth can shine within. This requires constant effort and the grace of a wise guide. The rich man finally understood his mistake. He realized that he was not yet ready for the knowledge he sought. He had learned a valuable lesson that day, more precious than any scripture. He learned that true happiness and peace do not come from accumulating wealth, but from giving up greed. Real spiritual progress begins when we start to follow the advice of a true teacher with sincerity and love. The ultimate peace is found not in a pocket full of money, but in a heart full of purity, self-control, and love for all beings. This was the simple yet profound message of Sai Baba.